I don't know why my phone always. That's a shame. Denver stink. They had the lead and blew the lead and lost by 15. I mean by 18. That's crazy. They was up 13, 14, 15 points late in the third. They've been winning. Atlanta been winning. Charlotte just lost today, but it's okay. We'll be all right. Everybody tuning in. Nobody don't tune in. I ain't gonna say nothing, nigga. We live in the inner cities, boy. We have all kind of problems, don't we, man? You just can't win for losing. No matter how you try to get ahead, you just can't get ahead. Even when you rent from people in the inner cities, man. But landlords, they do the bare minimums to their units. Like when you live where I live, like in the inner city where a lot of people get help with subsidized housing and stuff like that. Like these landlords do the bare minimum to keep their properties like passing inspection. Like the way they pass inspection is crazy because most of the time the landlord know the people who come to inspect it. They don't really inspect it. They just come through, walk through it, then they go on. And then if you don't complain, they're not gonna say nothing. But if you do complain, they still ain't gonna do nothing because they still give them 1,000 chances to fix it because you don't have money and you're getting help with rent or whatever. So you really don't have a voice. And that's how it works. So people talking like complain and do this, do that. You can call and complain all you want. They're gonna keep working with the landlord until he ends up trying to fix the problem over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta just put your foot down. You don't have to go for this stuff. For real. If something ain't up to par, you can keep calling, getting inspections, letting them complaining about what it is. We don't have to go for stuff that we go for a lot and when we live in the inner city, like, but we go for it because we don't want to be the ones that make no noise or complain about nothing. But why shouldn't we complain about living in unhealthy environments, like environments that they wouldn't live in? They wouldn't put their family, at risk to live in these type of environments. So why should we? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to be rich to live comfortably, for real. And that's terrible. And with all the people that's doing stuff that can create avenues for people so they don't have to live any kind of way, they don't help people. And that's the problem. Always talking about help yourselves. A lot of people do help themselves and they still struggle every day. I know people work hard all their lives and still struggle because they don't have the right connections, the right job, the right resources. They don't know the right people. You know what I'm saying? They always work paycheck to paycheck all their life. They don't have no great college careers and all this type of stuff. Because back then it wasn't no great college careers when my mother and them was growing up. It was, if somebody went to college back then, it was in the 60s and the 70s, a black person going to college and graduating really poor. It might have started happening in the 70s or 80s, but my mother and them grew up poor. They didn't have nothing. Where was they going? They didn't even finish junior high school, living in the South. So some people's circumstances are not of no fault of their own. It's just circumstances. You know what I'm saying? That people have no control over. Sometimes when people people grow up in our environments. They think street life and that fast life is it, and they just say that's what they're gonna do for the rest of their life because they feel like that's all they deserve. Like they don't deserve better. Like, and when you start thinking like that, then your life is going to be doomed because, you know, I have thought like that. I thought that I was always going to be in the streets, always be selling drugs, never working, never caring about nothing, just always trying to get over, scam, get fast money. But then life ain't about that, man. As you get older, you start to see that, you know what I'm saying? Because as a young person, I really couldn't see that. And I didn't have nobody telling me what was wrong and what was right. You know what I'm saying? I made decisions for myself at a young age. Like I said, my mother was dropped out of school in the 8th grade, and she had to take care of my brother, my oldest brother, and then she had me at 17, and then my youngest brother at 18 or 19. And you know what I'm saying? So 3 kids with an 8th grade level of education, and left down south, headed for New York, headed to Connecticut, you know, to fend for herself with my grandmother. My grandmother's working. We all living with my grandmother, and my mother's working, trying to take care of her, and they struggled. And we came along, no father figure, 3 boys, knucklehead, living with our moms, and she's at work every day, and we by ourselves most of the time, or at an aunt's house or an uncle's house, you know what I'm saying, because my mother's working to pay bills, and we moving from house to apartment to apartment to apartment to apartment, neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood, you know, and we didn't have nothing. So if we can get a fast buck, of course we was gonna go for it. Because we wanted stuff that we couldn't afford. We wanted stuff that our mother couldn't buy for us. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted that stuff. We seen an opportunity in our environments. We gonna go for it, whether it was legal or illegal or not. And that's just the way we came up. Whether it was right or wrong, there's nobody there to tell us what's right and wrong. Even though we know it was wrong, we didn't care because we seen opportunity to gain materialism. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes just to have food to eat. It wasn't even about materialism. It was about surviving. To eat dinner that day. Because might have been no food. Can't run and get nothing to drink. And ain't nothing in the house to drink. Water. You know, nothing in the house to eat. Or if it is, it's cereal, it's no milk. Peanut butter, no jelly. You know, stuff like that. So I understood, and I still understand when people make the wrong decisions to gain income. I still understand right now today. I do, but I'm just telling people it's a better way. That's all. I'm just letting people know you don't have to stay stuck in that. If you're in that, you don't have to stay stuck in it because it's always a better way now. You know what I'm saying? You can get a job. You can go to school. You know what I'm saying? They're paying for these kids to go to school today. See, we didn't have them opportunities when we were younger. When I graduated when I got my GED or whatever, when I was in high school, that 9th grade, nobody told us nothing about going to college or scholarships to go to college and none of that. That shit wasn't happening back in the 80s, the early 80s. Now kids are going to school. It's a thing. Educating is very important. And a lot of people have been promoting it, and that's a good thing. So times have changed. But a lot of kids are not taking advantage of it. It's either because they're embarrassed to tell people they can't read or they can't write or they don't understand something. And so they'd rather just keep it to themselves than telling somebody, than asking for help. And that's crazy. And see, these are inner city problems. They really are, where people don't want to reach out. That's one of the number one problems in the inner city. People don't want to talk about what they're going through or what they might not know because they feel embarrassed. Or they feel ashamed, or they feel like people gonna laugh at them or clown them. But no, if you want to get help and you don't know something, you gotta ask somebody to help you, and don't be ashamed. Because when a person helps you and you learn how to do something, you be like, "Damn, I should have been did this." It's nothing wrong with not knowing something. It's nothing wrong with asking for help. It's nothing wrong with saying, "Show me how to do something." That's how you learn stuff. That's how you learn. Like, when I went to school, I didn't know nothing. I had to learn that stuff. People had to show me. I had to ask questions. I wasn't going to just sit in the class and just fail. So I said, "Yo, I don't know how to do that." Raise my hand, say, "Can you explain that one more time?" Like, I'm not scared. You can't be scared to ask to learn something if you don't know something. And that's I'm telling you, that's one of our biggest problems in the inner city. A lot of people are scared to tell people they don't know something. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to add. Can't be ashamed of that stuff. That's how you learn. It's people that will help you. Back when I was going, we didn't have a lot of help as far as education and stuff like that. But today there's a lot of help out here, man. It is. People keep checking in and checking out. You can't comment or hit the like button or something. Like, why you come in and then just bounce out? Like, come on, man. Like, and then it's like people that grew up, like I grew up in the inner cities. It's like I don't understand how they can't relate to what I'm saying, and nobody's tuning in and nobody's commenting and nobody's saying nothing. Like, what's wrong with people? Like, I know there got to be somebody out here that's listening that would love the dialogue or say something about what I'm talking about, like the problems we having in our inner cities. Because they're problems that we got to fix ourselves. And if we don't talk about it, then how the hell are we going to fix it? Nobody want to talk about it. So you got millions of friends, but nobody tunes in to talk about nothing. Like, and I know it's a lot of people on their computers, their laptops, their phones, their house computers, whatever, mad people, but they just don't want to tune in and talk about nothing positive, I guess. Like I said, if I was talking some negative stuff, people would be on it. But it's cool though. I'm gonna stick with what I know, man. You know? I'm gonna stick with what I know, man. I'm gonna stick with what I know, man. You know? I ain't mean to do that. But see, I'm not gonna worry about it, man. I'm just gonna continue to do what I gotta do, man. You know? I'll see if any people gonna come up here. If not, who's that? Hey, what's up, Joaquin? What's going on? How you doing? Glad you came through. I'm just talking. I'm just talking about life, stuff we go through living in the inner cities. You know. How you been? I ain't heard from you in a long time. I'm doing all right, hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Talking to the local wall. Right. No, I'm just talking. I'm just talking right now. Like, people don't like to tune in when you're talking about nothing positive. Like, they like to tune in when you're talking about negative stuff. You know? But I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. I'm not gonna stop. It's always about saving our youth. It's always about our communities. It's always about trying to better ourselves. I got a couple homeboys, man, that just won't. I don't know. They just stuck in the streets, like they don't want to leave the streets, like they think it's cool, but it's not. You know how terrible it'd be to be sitting in jail at our age in our 50s, like sitting in jail with all them young kids and they calling you OG and Unc and Pops and all that. That is not cool. For real, that ain't cool, man. When you get a certain age, you got to learn how to say, okay, What is life about for me? It's not. For real. When you get a certain age, life should be about your kids, and then most of your kids are grown, so it's going to be about your grandkids, really, and your relationships that you have. If you have a wife or a girlfriend, if your mom's is still here, your pops is still here. It's just about doing things and having fun and trying to enjoy the rest of your life. Not trying to worry about having a whole bunch of money in your pocket to do what? Money ain't even going to be valuable in a little while. If you don't have credit or plastic, you ain't going to be able to spend cash nowhere. So you're going to have to learn something or know something. Your sound's going before the video part shows. Okay, thanks. I know. I think that's because I got this volume up right here or something. Let me turn this down. I wonder if it changed. Like it's so, I guess I could turn it down. So, yeah, it's like, I don't understand people. All right, is that better? Let's see. That's what happened. That might be better. Now it ain't echoing. All right. Yeah, the inner city is pretty much the struggle of life. It is, and the people that grow up in the inner city, sometimes they feel like they're stuck there, like there's no hope, like there's nothing else. You might as well just continue to keep doing the same stuff you was doing when you were younger. But that's not true. Look at me. I've been in prison. I sold drugs. I've done it all, addiction, everything. But I didn't choose to stay that way. Once I got older, I had to start thinking differently. I had to think about, a better way. Just because you grow up like that don't mean you have to stay like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with us. Like, you see a lot of people, they won't even clean their front yards up or their backyards up because they say they don't own the property. But you don't own it, but you live there. Like, how you don't want to keep your property clean, keep your backyard clean, even if you're only paying rent, you still live there, so it's representing you. Like, we have to find a new way to think. Like, we think because we grew up poor, we grew up in the inner city, we didn't have a lot of resources and stuff, that we have to stay stuck like that. Today is a different time. We don't have to stay stuck like that. We can dialogue with people. We can find out different resources. We can go to school. We can educate ourselves. We can help educate other people. We can tell people, no, we're not going for that. We're not going to let you take over our streets no more with the drug selling and all the violence. If you be out here, you're going to jail. Like, we're going to form together our communities. We're going to fight back. Like, we got to take our streets back. Like, back in the days when I was a kid, the older people took the streets from, they wasn't having it. There wasn't no, you selling drugs, the kids can't come outside. And it wasn't no gun slinging, and the kids couldn't play jump rope, or the girls couldn't play hopscotch and all that stuff. That stuff went on out there in the streets when we was growing up. You seen kids playing tag and double dutch, hopscotch draw in the middle of the street, people playing marbles and tops. You don't see none of that today. You see none of that. Yeah, when you get older, you definitely get wiser. You get wiser, you start thinking different. If you're able to do that. Some people get older and they act like they can't think. Like, because they don't, like I said, they don't know stuff. They might not know how to read. They might not know how to comprehend something like a good conversation. But if that's the problem, they need to say something. As you get older, as you get older, you learn you need to change for the better, and you need to leave the past, whether good or bad, behind. You're right. You also learn from your mistakes. You're right. The mistakes become learning experiences. And that's what I did. My mistakes became my learning experiences. And that's what I talk about today. I'm not going to get up here glorifying no negative lifestyle like a lot of people you see doing from different states, from New York, California. They get up here, start telling all these prison stories and how they did this in jail, how they did that in jail. I'm not going to do that, because being incarcerated It was not fun. It ain't fun. You ain't no gangster. You ain't no one tough guy in prison. It's a bunch of tough people, but it's a bunch of people who did the right thing in jail. Everybody wasn't gang members. Everybody didn't get stabbed. Everybody didn't get raped. Everybody didn't get beat up. So all them stories be that shit that might happen in isolated incidents or different places, but it's not stuff that goes on in a regular in a lot of places, because they will lock you down, have you isolated, and you won't be able to touch nobody. And every time you come out your cell, you'll be handcuffed with a mask on your face and shackles on your feet. So you won't be able to do nothing to nobody. So all that mess they be talking is nonsense. They know how to take control of them prisons, and people tell you they run in prison, they lying to you. Ain't nobody running prison but them guards, and they can do to you what they want, especially if you don't have family members making sure you are right. When you're in prison, them guards can do what they want to you. They can take you somewhere, whoop your ass 7 days a week, swell you up, lock you up in medical in a room somewhere until you heal up. Nobody be able to see you. You try to get a visit, they'll be like, you on lockdown, you lost your visits. Ain't nothing nobody can do. So all that people be talking that gangster shit about them running prisons, cutting people, stabbing people. Yeah, you might have did it a few times, but you wasn't going around running nothing, because they can shut you down at the drop of a dime. The police run the show. And that's the truth. And when you I don't know why people don't tell the stories of how you being there broke with no money, you can't buy commissary, you ain't got no soap, toothpaste, deodorant. They don't tell them stories, but they should. They should tell them stories, because that's what go on in there. If you ain't getting no letters, you ain't getting no money, you ain't got nobody visiting you, them are hard times. Them are hard times. They ain't telling you about that. They ain't telling you about being locked in that cell with nothing when you hungry and you ain't got no money. Nobody coming to visit you. They ain't telling you all that stuff. And they ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna glorify that. They ain't gonna glorify that when times be hard in there and they ain't got nothing and they can't call home for nobody to give them nothing. They ain't gonna tell you about none of that, because that don't make it seem cool. See, they're gonna make you think they had money. They're gonna make you think they was always lit. They did what they wanted to do. Nah, it ain't like that. In jail, it's some miserable time. It's a lot of crying that go on at night in them prisons. Believe me when I tell you, a lot of them brothers that ain't never coming home, that messed up their lives, got be in there for the rest of their life. Brothers doing a lot of time in there. Then you got some of them brothers who ain't built for jail, that's getting abused in jail. You know, they ain't gonna tell you about them type of stories. They ain't gonna tell you if they was one of them brothers that might have been getting raped or molested or something because they wasn't tough. They wasn't built like that. They ain't gonna tell you about them stories. They ain't gonna tell you about when they ain't had no money, they ain't had nobody coming to visit them. They was hungry. They had to get stuff from people that they couldn't pay back, and whatever happened. Get beat up, raped, whatever. They ain't gonna tell them stories. See, because jail ain't fun, man. Jail is not fun at all. And especially for somebody that's older now. You being there with all them young people, man. You can't keep up with them young people, man. You old now. So you gotta live life accordingly. And that's what I do. I live life, I stay in my lane. That's why I stay in my lane no matter what. I stay in my lane, and I know I don't have to be miserable. I know I can work and make enough money to pay my bills and live the rest of my life out comfortably with my family, my grandkids, my daughters, and my son and my moms and whoever else that I want to enjoy life with. I don't have to be a gangster to be tough. You don't have to be a gangster to be light, to be lit. You don't have to sell drugs and have the latest car to be lit. You can be lit working a job, just being yourself. You don't have to be able to beat everybody up to be cool. Like, that's what we need to be preaching to these young kids. You don't have to carry guns. You don't have to be in a gang today. You don't even have to hang around people that's living that life today. You don't have to. It's ways to avoid all that stuff. It's people you can talk to. You might live in the wrong neighborhood. You might have to move. You might have to go stay with some family members out of town sometime. It might be better for you. You might have to go away to school, go away to college. Go away, go somewhere, do something. Get off the streets. Because I'm telling you, if you stay in the streets long enough, you're going to do a lot of time. You're either going to die or you're going to go to jail. That's the bottom line if you stay in the streets. That's what's going to happen. And that's it. We can't let our problems that we face in the inner city control our lives anymore. We can't, because they've been controlling our lives for so long. We've been either calling ourselves victims, or we've been saying that they've been racial tension against us because we're black. So it's only two ways we've been thinking, and both of them might not be correct way to think, because today you can do a lot of things with your life. You don't have to be oppressed. You don't have to be stuck. You can educate yourself. You can do your own research. You can become your own business owner. You can become an entrepreneur. You can find ways to create money for yourself. But you have to educate yourself. You have to educate yourself. You have to be educated. You have to find out what's going on in the world. You have to find your niche, and you have to stick with it. It might take time. It might not happen overnight, but you have to have patience. We should be tired of our young brothers and sisters sitting in jail, man, thinking that that's cool, that that's all right. To come home to say, I'm going to go out and do it better and smarter this time. And that never works, man. It never works. You get out and you're still thinking the same way you were thinking before you went in, then something's wrong. You need to revalue your thought process. You need to critically think about changing the way you think, because there's no winners in the streets. You lose in the streets. I'm telling you, you lose in the streets. And you can't keep letting your inner city problems become your future because of how you grew up and because of what your environment produced to you, created all kind of problems for you. But you can't keep letting that produce negative behavior from yourself, because if you do, you're gonna find yourself in negative situations and consequences, either jail or death. I'm thankful to even be alive. I could have been dead, but I'm thankful, and I thank God that I'm alive, because I could have been dead with all the stupid stuff I was doing. Bullets got it. You's a funny dude, bro. For real. You better respect your OG nigga and stop coming up here with that nonsense. and I'm not a nigga, bro. I'm a black brother. Ain't no niggas here. You want to come over here being ignorant, you can take that somewhere else, bro. Now you could say, "What's up, OG?" and that's it. Other than that, get on out of here. Run somewhere else and play with them kids somewhere. He don't know no better, RK. He don't know no better. He using the word nigga, and you know, he don't got no respect. That's his problem. But you know, up here you can do and say what you want. You can't control what somebody's saying do up here, because you know they can be gangster, tough guys. Everybody can do that up here. I'm not your homie, bro. And you can't run nobody off nowhere because you ain't in person. Think about what you be saying, bro, before you start talking. You're on a computer, bro. You can't run nobody off nowhere because you're on a computer, bro. You're not face to face with nobody. But I'm not gonna indulge in these ignorant conversations with you. If you want to talk regular, we can talk regular, because I'll just boot your ass out of here. Because I ain't gonna get into the kitty stuff with you. Grow up, man. If you grew up and act more and have more sense, you'll go farther in life. But you want to keep thinking you got to be a tough guy. See, I learned a long time ago, people who want to act tough on the computers ain't really tough, because you behind the computer, bro. You on a keyboard. Stop acting like that. Be yourself. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Enjoy life. Enjoy your little platform, and have respect for people. You'll get farther, bro. My life is way more important than talk about some kid running somebody off of internet. That don't even, you sound ridiculous. What's wrong with you, man? You high or something? Yeah, holler at me soon. I live on Congress Avenue. Make sure you get there real soon. 456 Congress Avenue, first floor. I'm in New Haven, Connecticut. You want my email? So when you get here, you can hit me? Or you want my phone number? Yeah, well, go somewhere else and speak some real shit and get the hell out of here. You still live with your grandmother, man. Get off here, man. For real, bro. Go somewhere, man. Go somewhere and get a life, bro. You ain't gonna get it off me. And like a matter of fact, I'm about to rip you off anyway, cause you ignorant. But I'm in New Haven, Connecticut, Congress Avenue, 456 Congress Avenue. When you get there, right? Just tell them you looking for James. Just say Pete Oper. Say, y'all know Pete Oper? And they're gonna say, yeah, who, James? Yeah. And say, all right, wait right here. I'm gonna call him and tell him you here. So when you get there, make sure you knock on the door. Say you're looking for Pete Oper. They're gonna call me and I'm gonna meet you right on the Ave. I'll be up top too. I'll be up top where you at too. At that senior citizen project you live in with your grandmother. This clown dude right here, man. Fucking clown. Now, if you keep talking stupid, I'm gonna block your dumb ass. Because I don't got kids up here. We all grown over here. We talk real shit. We don't call people niggas. We don't call people niggas up here. We don't disrespect people. We don't act gangster. You know, we too old for that, bro. That's why we trying to tell you, young brothers, man. Just be yourself, man, and stop trying to be so tough and so hard, because anybody could get fucked up. Anybody. The toughest nigga could get fucked up. That's what you got to start realizing. There is no tough guys in this world. Anybody can get it, bro. I don't care about you being no hood and no. You sound retarded, bro. What do that mean? I'm a hood nigga. What do that mean, bro? What do that mean? What do that mean? Gangsters, real tough niggas ain't on the internet, bro. They outside lurking with holes on them, doing what they do, bro. They not on the internet. So stop it. Real niggas don't talk about being hood and all that dumb, stupid shit, man, bro. Grow up, bro. What's wrong with you? You've been up here over a year, 2 years now. You still act the same ignorant way, bro. You ain't elevating. You stuck, bro. You stuck on the first stage when you first came out doing the same shit. When you gonna elevate and grow, bro? I'm not your enemy, bro. I'm not gonna sit back and go back and forth with you. I'll just block your dumb ass. But you know, I used to try to give your ass some fucking advice, but you don't want to listen. You like an ignorant little child. Like you afraid to grow up. I don't understand it, bro. What's wrong with you? You don't want to elevate. You don't want to change, bro. You always want to be this dude that want to try to start beef with everybody, everywhere you go. One day you're going to run into the wrong person that you started something with, and you ain't even going to know how they look. You ain't even going to remember what you said to them, and they're going to crash your shit. For real, man. You got to stop with this nonsense, bro. This I'm a hood nigga. I'm tough. I'm a gangster. I'm this. Bro, nobody cares about that, bro. Anybody can get it, bro. Anybody. Hood niggas, square niggas, police officers, working niggas, regular motherfuckers that's just going in the house. Anybody could get it, bro. Anybody can get fucked up at any given time, bro. You gotta stop this foolishness. I swear, some young people is just crazy, man. And if you think I'm ignorant enough to go back and forth with you, how tough I am or how I'll do this, I'll fuck you up. Nigga, I ain't that retarded and I'm not that slow. You ain't gonna get that out of me. Because I know I'm not in person. I can't touch you. I can't see you. I can't feel you. None of that. I can't do none of that, bro. So why would I even go back and forth saying what I'll do to you if I'm not in front of you? Like I told you, bro. I told you where I be at, bro. Just come see me and we can talk from there. Other than that, leave that shit alone, bro. For real. Square ass nigga, man. Young nigga, you should be somewhere with a girl somewhere. You ain't got no girlfriend to be with. On a Sunday, go take your girl to get something to eat or something, nigga. Damn. Fuck is wrong with these kids? That's the problem. That's the problem right there. If you still hear Arcade, that's the problem with these young people. They don't got no respect. They think they get farther by talking junk to people because it might have helped them, build his little platform. So he feels just talking shit to different people going to help him build his platform up. Not over here, you ain't. You ain't gonna be over here with that nonsense. Cause I don't get down like that. We ain't in person. We ain't seeing each other face to face. I ain't got nothing to talk about. For real. Try to help people out, but some people just don't elevate their mind. They think they be talking some real deep, serious shit. They don't be talking about nothing. Most of these people come up here and be talking about the same stupid shit, talking about rappers and actors and actresses, people that don't even fucking know, and be explaining their life to us like they know these people, like they live next door to these people, like they grew up with these people, and they be telling us how these people thinking, what these people gonna do, what these people gonna say, and it's just delusional. It's a delusional, made up world that most of these people live in that come up here talking this nonsense on these damn computers. I come up here and keep it real about real shit, about the way I lived, about where I live at, who I am, and the people that live around me. I ain't get up here with no fake phony ass shit like I'm no friends with no goddamn rappers and no damn actors and actresses. Like I know them personally and I know what they thinking and how they think and what they gonna say, what they gonna do. And people fall for that shit and people tune in and be listening to that shit. I don't understand it. It just shows you how some people just crave attention, just want to be a part of something. So they just go on this fake ass facade like they're this person that they not. Because see, like I said, when you're on the radio or you somewhere, you could be who the fuck you want to be. You can say you this person or that person, but nobody never knows because you ain't did none of this shit in person and you ain't got no background to back that shit up. See, everything I say, I back up. I put my record up here. Matter of fact, next time I get up here, I'm gonna put my record up here to show you with my address on it. I'm not just talking. Because I don't fear no nigga. And never will. It could be 2 or 3 of y'all. We going out, nigga. But I don't live like that no more. Unless somebody force me. See, because I know I don't have to be that way. I don't have to be no tough guy today. Because I know I already lived that shit. And everybody that know me or tell you that. Anybody that come up here that be on these lives when I'm up here that's from around my way, they'll tell you about who I am. I don't have to say who I am. They're going to tell you. I ain't no fake ass nigga. They got soft niggas everywhere. They got hard niggas everywhere. Just because you from a certain place, a certain town don't mean you hard. Because they got suckers everywhere. Believe that. They got niggas that ain't going to bust a grape. You slap the shit out and they ain't going to do nothing. But ask why you did that. Most of them niggas, you can look them in the face and tell they ain't them type. They ain't built like that. But it ain't about that today, man. It's about doing something different and trying to help these young brothers get out their own damn way because they don't know how. They don't know how to get out their own way, man. They really don't. Some of them just think they so tough. They too tough for themselves. But they never outside. Their videos never around a crowd of people. If they are outside, they by themselves. They with one dude that don't look like he lit or nothing, look like some square ass nigga. And you ain't nowhere lit. You ain't on 125th. You ain't down in the projects in Brooklyn nowhere where niggas lit at. You ain't on fucking, You ain't in Flatbush. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't nowhere around. None of your videos shows you nowhere around none of these places. None of your videos show you in no other towns. None of these videos show you with no girls. None of these videos show you outside in the hood around some real hood shit, around real niggas. Like, none of your videos show that. So people just going on what you say, and what you say is not convincing. So stop it. So just stop it. Stop it. Because we ain't buying it, bro. We ain't buying the tough guy shit. We not buying it. We not gonna buy it. We will never buy it. So when you come on these kind of platforms, you see us say save our youth. We talking about saving our youth over here. We're not talking about destroying our youth. We're not talking about people calling people niggas. We're not talking about I'm a hood nigga. I do this and do. See, we trying to get our young brothers and sisters out of that, because that's a fake facade. And you call somebody that's not tough at all to try to be acting like that, end up losing his life, or end up killing somebody and going to jail, being a sucker in jail, being soft in jail, and getting taken advantage of. So we don't want to mislead people today. So let's try to stop doing that. Let's try to stop misleading people with this. I'm a hood nigga. I gotta be tough. I gotta be from the hood. I gotta be a gangster. I gotta carry guns. I gotta shoot people. Let's stop telling these young brothers and sisters that, because some of them have been trying to convince themselves that that's how they gotta live, knowing that they're not built like that. So let's stop it, man. Let's convince people to be smart, go to school, get an education, graduate, go to college. Learn how to talk properly. Not I'm a hood nigga. Not I'm talking real shit. You know, when you're around your people, your boys, you can talk like that. But when you're in front of the whole world, this is what the whole world is seeing. This is how they seeing you present yourself. When you start talking like that, when you start acting like that, this is what the whole world sees. You represent yourself as that type of person to the whole world. And see, I'm not going to represent myself like that, because I got more class and I got more respect for myself. I'm not going to do that. Because everybody's watching. Everybody. See, that's why it's called the World Wide Web. It means the entire world and is watching, not just this country, like other countries too. Like other places are watching you. So you're just making a complete fool of yourself when you talk like that, and when you act like that. You make these people say, I told you black people were ignorant and stupid. That's what you make people think when you present yourself in that way. Like, is it going to be one time when you're going to come up here and talk educated and have some respect for people that look like you, instead of you disrespecting the people that look like you, your own culture, your own people? You know, that's what make you look like a fool, man. Because it's your own people you helping destroy. And it's ugly. And I try to explain that to people every day, but they don't want to listen. They think it's cool to disrespect their own people, to talk about their own people, to put their own people down, to want to hurt their own people. Get up here on these internets and start disrespecting your own people. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It really is. It shows how you people think when you act like that. Like, for real, you can't act no other way. Do you know how to act accordingly? Like, do you know how to present yourself as a respectful person? I don't think so. My wife calling from jail. Yep. Nothing to hide. My wife in the beam, nigga. We keep it real and where we from.
Number and a private number. To accept this free call, press 1.
What's up? What's up, babe? No, I just up here in the computer trying to talk. You know the dusty nigga that we used to watch. We used to be laughing out with the ashy lips. The nigga Bullets Gotti. Yeah, I was just talking to him, trying to tell him, like, you still act the same way, bro. You ain't. Didn't me and my wife try to give you advice, try to help you out? Like, you still acting the same way. You heard, babe? Still acting the same ignorant way up here. Like, you ain't grow none yet. You still acting the same ignorant way. I was just telling the people on the computer that. Yeah, like, grow up, bro. Like, that's what's wrong. You young brothers don't want to learn. Y'all want to keep acting retarded and stupid. He all right. I like the young kid. I don't got no problem with him. He's all right, kid. I try to find out where he live at. I might go see him and take him to lunch or something. Yeah, at the grandmother house. Yeah, I know at his grandmother house. The senior citizen. No, it's the senior citizen. It's the senior citizen projects. That's where it's at. I know. People know where he live at. People was already there. It's easy. It's easy to find out where he live at because he put it on the internet. It's easy. It's not that big. Outskirts in New York somewhere. He ain't in the inner city nowhere. He's on the outskirts. You know. He like Bella Vista. You know, he'd be out there. They don't want you to live with the people, but people still live with them anyway. Like you ain't supposed to have nobody living there, but the kids still living there anyway. They don't want to leave. All right, I'm about to end this. I'm out. Your boy J Hud. Save our youth. I'm out of here. Talk to my baby.